Can you believe that Jim Harbaugh is getting
ready to chug some
now? I'm not
beers and pick
surprised
some
by
bad
him getting out of
gambling
this situation
picks.
because the NCAA
Welcome
is useless,
to
right? We talked about that
ChuggieBets.
before. It's a waste of time. But I don't know if you heard about this story that Jim Harbaugh got suspended originally because he had a recruiting violation, right? And that happens. Every good coach is trying to push the boundaries of what they can do for recruiting, or if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, kind of idea. But what really got him in trouble was he was recognized at a place with a couple young recruits because it was like a 9:30. It was a morning time. I'm not exactly sure of the time. But the thing that got him all the eyeballs on him, instead of opting for a breakfast, he decided to eat a double cheeseburger at 10 in the morning. Now, I want to know your thoughts about a breakfast cheeseburger because I'm on the fence here as far as, is that worth recognizing him? I mean, it's the most Jim Harbaugh thing I've ever heard, right? He's probably moved on. He's in the middle of his day at that point. But
he had a nice glass of whole milk with that double cheeseburger.
hell yeah.
You know, I don't think a double cheeseburger for breakfast is sufficient cause for investigation. You know, like when a cop pulls you over and they say you didn't have your turn signal on and you did, like that's a bad stop. Like that's a bad move on the NCAA's part. Plenty of people will eat a double cheeseburger for breakfast.
Are you saying Jim Harbaugh's a minority? Is that...
Oh.
He's eating a double cheeseburger for
You're
breakfast.
putting words in my mouth, but I don't hate them.
So my take on this is 10:30 is an okay time, right? If this was a 6 a.m. breakfast, double cheeseburger's crazy. But he probably gets up at 4 a.m. So he's been up for 6 hours at the point where he's having this double cheeseburger. When I've been up for 6 hours, that's when I eat lunch. Like, that's totally normal.
Why would you need to wait until 10:30 to eat a double cheeseburger? Everything on a double cheeseburger is something you're already eating for breakfast, as long as you hold the mustard. What do you put on? You got bread. That's basically just your toast. So don't get lettuce. Matt doesn't put lettuce on any of his sandwiches anyway because he's a weirdo. You got your beef, which is just like your sausages. That's a little blander, right? You got your cheese, which we're all putting on our eggs anyway. Who eats eggs without cheese? Like monsters. You got your ketchup, which like I don't put ketchup on my eggs, but like old people do. Yeah. It's based a double cheeseburger. Everything that goes on it. I mean, onions. Like people eat onions for breakfast. Like tomatoes. People eat tomatoes for breakfast. Danny. It's all breakfast food. A cheeseburger is breakfast food. I'm going out here on a limb and saying cheeseburgers for breakfast, and I think we should add it to breakfast menus. Have you ever been to a diner that you normally go to for breakfast that doesn't also serve cheeseburgers?
Yeah, it's a patty melt. We're really arguing. The argument is that they didn't like his choice of bread.
Wait, are you saying patty melt's a breakfast food?
Yes.
Guys, do we know for sure whether or not he had an egg on this burger?
Oh. Egg does make a difference, right? So
you telling me Jim Harbaugh didn't get the extra protein?
Oh, he got there was a fried egg on that burger and it was runny.
I mean, like bacon. Does having a bacon cheeseburger make it better or worse in this situation?
Oh, bacon on a cheeseburger for sure.
More breakfast. Okay.
So mustard is the line?
I think mustard makes it a little bit more lunchy because, like, you don't really put mustard on anything for breakfast.
I think you're right. Yeah. I want to go back to something Al said. A patty melt makes it less breakfast, and I'm here for that. I understand the idea of putting sandwich on toast, right? Will make it more breakfasty, but a patty melt is only for lunch. I think I'd rather him eat a double cheeseburger on a Kaiser roll or whatever, like a sesame seed bun. I think that's more breakfast.
If he had chosen rye, you guys would be totally fine with this.
Yeah.
You think rye bread? Yeah.
I mean, that's my go-to bread, or sourdough toast. That's a pretty good breakfast toast.
The thing that always throws me off when they ask me what kind of toast I want with my breakfast is I want rye because buttered rye is so good.
So good.
But they always bring room temperature toast. And I like to put jam on my toast. And then I'm like, do they have jam? If they do, I can't go with rye. Is the toast going to be hot enough to melt my butter? It's a whole internal debate I have.
I will jam my rye toast. I'll eat one plain old buttered rye toast, and then I'll put some grape jelly on top of it because
Is there anything worse?
I got a question about how you think. So, do you think that Jim Harbaugh is like one of those like I eat my meat raw manly men guys, or you think he's one of those I don't really give a shit about what anybody thinks? I get mine well done.
Eats raw ground.
Or you think it's like I get mine well done because I don't care what anybody thinks.
He's a well done guy.
His burger looks like a hockey puck for sure.
Yeah.
Trick question. It's both. His burger is well done, but he straight up will eat raw ground beef.
If you challenge his manhood,
like a fucking lunatic.
he would.
I think Al's got. I think Al hit it on the money.
He's Tony Soprano going to the fridge just to get raw beef instead of salami. He just like rips it out of the package.
Yeah, because his granddad did it, and he has like a fear of his granddad instilled from watching him do that when he was like 4 years old.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
I agree with all this.
So-
Welcome to ChuggieBets, everybody. I got Andy in the top corner, Al above me, Sunshine in the other corner, Danny to the side of me, and I'm Matt. And let's drink some beers. That's refreshing. Everybody, welcome. We've got a great day. Today is draft day. Not like the NFL draft, but we are going to be doing our college football bad team draft. Let me explain. Everyone on here will snake draft a choice of a team from either one of the Power 5 conferences or a wild card from across college football. Whoever can assemble the worst score against below 500 is the winner. Think of it like golf. We are going to pick one team and we're going to see who's the best at predicting who's going to be dog shit in college football.
Fantasy
dog shit. Welcome, everybody. We're breaking molds here today. You want the worst team possible. Everyone has to pick one member from the Power 5, each one of the major 5 conferences, and then you can pick a wild card. If your wild card can be from the SEC or wherever else you'd like as well, but teams will be chosen. Are we all good? We're good on the terms and the idea here. So we've randomly assembled the sequence here. The draft order will be Andy, Al, Chris, Danny, and myself. I will get the wraparound picks. And
we're going clockwise. That's fantastic. At least for me.
It is clockwise with Andy in the top left corner. So shall we get started, boys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, Andy. Start us off. Who do you think is going to be the worst team this year?
I'm going to stay very on brand. This is a team that I love to shit on, and I love that they're bad. Do you know who I'm going with, Matt?
Colorado.
No.
Oh.
Closer to my heart.
I don't. I'm excited.
Northwestern.
Northwestern's a good choice. They may not win a game in the United States again this year. That team is going to be fucking bad.
That's the hope.
So I'm up. So I have to take Colorado then, right? What conference is that? They're in the Pac-12
Big 18
this year. No, that feels bad. I'm not going to take them. There's too many bad teams in that conference. I'm going to take Charlotte actually because they're in the American Athletic Conference.
Al has got his wild card early. Oh, an important note here. We're only taking the record for conference, right? It doesn't add up if one team plays really tough at a conference, the other team doesn't play tough at a conference. They're playing D2 schools. Only conference record here. Only.
What are the power? What AAC is not Power 5?
AAC is not Power 5.
Okay.
No, ACC, but not AAC.
I can't. I mean, really, the ACC counts.
It's for this last year.
Yeah. All right, Sonny.
One more time.
What you got for us, buddy?
I'm gonna come out of the gates choosing out of the great SEC. I will take the Vanderbilt Commodores.
I was hoping that one was going to stay around because that's going to be a good one. That's a good one, Chris. Vanderbilt, they're getting better. They ain't getting better fast enough. I think that's a good pick. Dano, what you got, buddy?
I'm gonna go with Colorado.
Colorado. Our first Pac-12 is off the board with Colorado and Danny.
And that's Pac-12.
Pac-12 is off the board. All right. So that leaves me with some options here. I'm going to go with Stanford first out of the Pac-12, and then I will go with Rutgers out of the Big Ten.
Ooh,
Rutgers is going to have a tough time. They're in that tough side of the Big Ten where everyone's pretty good. So, all right, Danny, you're back up, buddy.
Again, let's see here. I think I'm gonna go with Indiana.
Indiana, man, the Big Ten is flying off the board here, everybody.
Good one.
It is flying.
Indiana for Daniana.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it.
That's kind of risky, though.
Tom Allen's getting fired, buddy. Don't worry about it. Their coach will be fired about 6-7 games in, and then they're going to tank. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Chris, what you got? I'm sorry, Sunshine, what you got for us?
Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Oh, wow. You're not buying Kansas. You are not buying Kansas this year. The first team from the Big 12 is gone, and Chris is going Kansas. That is a controversial pick. I love it. I love it.
Ooh.
Regression to the mean. Al, what you got for us, buddy?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've already fucked up. I think I have to take West Virginia.
There's some really bad teams out there, bud. Plenty of.
What about BYU?
BYU's in the Big 12 as well now with West Virginia.
I think I'm gonna go with West Virginia.
West Virginia, another coach that will likely be fired by the middle of the year. And Neil Brown. Neil Brown will not be there. Andy, you got to wrap around here. So give us 2 picks.
Let's go Georgia Tech.
Oh, that's a bad team this year, boy.
With my first pick.
ACC's probably off the board. We shit-talked the ACC, and it took 10 picks to get one.
And then I'm going to go.
The ACC beats up on each other, so they all end up with like 5 wins, you know?
They're that good of a conference. Everybody in there is just so good.
It just matters.
Yeah, it's just real competitive conference.
This might be a mistake, but I'm going to do it.
I love the sound of that.
The Florida Gators.
Wow.
Oh, that I love that.
I was gonna do that next.
Spicy.
That is a spicy.
They were next on my target list, Andy.
That's a tough one. Florida could. I think we talked about this a week ago. They could either be 3rd best in the SEC East or 7th best in the SEC East. And let's find out where it ends up. I like it, Andy. All right, Al, back to you, buddy.
What was your pick before this one?
Again?
Georgia Tech.
Mine.
Let me recap. Let me recap the teams that have gone. In the ACC, the only team that was taken was Georgia Tech, and that was Andy. In the Big 10, 3 teams have been taken: Northwestern with Andy, Rutgers with Matt, or Indiana with Danny. In the Big 12, 2 teams have been taken. Kansas was taken by Chris, and West Virginia by Al. In the Pac-12, 2 teams were taken: Colorado by Danny, and Stanford by Matt. And in the SEC, Chris took Vanderbilt, Andy took Florida, Al took Charlotte, so don't go with that as a wild card. So, and Danny, you have taken the Big 10 and the Pac-12.
Okay.
Al, what you got for us? Al cannot choose. He can choose any Power 5 but the Big 12.
I don't like who's supposed to be bad in the SEC. I feel like that whole conference is good. This sucks. Missouri. I draft Missouri.
Mizzou is off the board. Drinkwater has a tough year ahead of him in the SEC if he wants to keep his job. All right, Chris, what you got? I think his name is Drinkwater. It's some ridiculous.
Drinkowitz.
Sorry.
Eli Drinkowitz. That's right. I thought it was like a nickname you gave him.
Like
a drink of water.
It is Drinkwater now. All right. Sonny, what you got, buddy?
So I'm gonna go with the Sun Devils.
Sun Devils, Arizona State. That's a good pick. That's gonna be a bad team this year.
Arizona State.
Off the board.
I almost took them.
All right, Danny.
Everybody in the SEC 6.5 wins, you know?
It's tough. It's a tough one.
Do I think Auburn's going to be worse? Or do I think South Carolina? So, like, the SEC East, everybody sucks, but Vanderbilt really sucks. The rest of them just kind of suck. Florida's going to be the other one on the bottom. Auburn. Is either Auburn or Texas A&M's going to be the bottom of that one. I'm going to go with Auburn. I'm going to go with Auburn. Auburn's going to be the bottom of the SEC West.
Auburn. Oh, Missouri. Sorry, I put SEC. All right. So I have carte blanche to operate in the SEC now because that category is closed. I'm going with Virginia. That team is awful. I can't believe Virginia sat along this way. I thought about it as my first pick. Getting it on the third pick, huge value there. That team is going to be fucking terrible.
Oh shit, they're still there?
Yeah, shit,
They
that's
aren't
dumb.
now.
Yeah, they're gone now. What do I need? Big 12 or the SEC? I'm going to chill on the SEC. Iowa State, do they have a quarterback, Andy? I know did he get kicked off of campus for gambling? Does anyone know this story?
He definitely gambled, so I assume he's not going to play. But who knows? He might get a double cheeseburger.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm gonna do this one. This is a little more of a gamble, but I'm gonna go with Houston. I think Houston's gonna be really bad. I think what's his name? The guy with the mullet and who's balding, the head coach.
Oh, I just had it.
Dan
Holgerson. Dana.
Holgerson.
Dana Holgerson. There you
Dana
go.
Holgerson.
I don't think he'll be employed come the middle.
Excellent
of the
team effort, everybody.
Yeah, we did it, baby. That's why we get paid.
That's your Big 12 pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston out of the Big 12. All right, Danny.
Matt, you got a really good fucking team here,
Yeah.
bud. Or I'm sorry, a really bad
Yeah,
team.
real bad team.
It
All right,
was his
Danny,
game. He had time to think about it.
I have. I've been dying for this moment. I've been really, really wanting this moment to talk about bad football. So, Danny, you have.
I'm going to take Virginia Tech. The other Virginia team is the other really bad team in the ACC, I guess. So
They are going to be bad. They are going to be bad. It's sad to think about how bad they've become, right? Like they used to, is that the Miami rivalry thing? They used to be someone like that was promising and like someone you loved or you at least respected. Not anymore. That's a dog.
They used to be our rival. We were in the Big East and ACC, and they've been just like us, terrible.
Yep, they're bad. That's a bad team. All right, let's go to Chris. Chris, you cannot choose the SEC, the Pac-12, or the Big 12. You have a wild card, Big 10 or ACC.
I'm gonna take the Boston College.
Boston College. That should be a pretty bad team.
Yeah, ACC, Boston College.
So now, Al, you have full range to chill on the ACC.
Nice.
So,
Okay. I'm going to take Purdue.
Purdue. More like Purdue, am I right? Yeah, I don't know anything about Purdue. I know they have the defensive coordinator from Illinois as their new head coach.
Yep.
Had a good defense, but I don't think they're going to be very good this year. So seems like a safe pick. All right, Andy. So you cannot choose. You could choose the Pac-12, you could choose the Big 12, or you got a wild card. You got two of them, so two choices.
All right, I am going to take Cal.
Cal is going to be bad. It's going to be a bad team this year.
And then
Did Cal not get picked?
I am going to use my wild card.
Okay.
And I am going to take Kent State.
Kent State. That's going to be a bad team, too. The MAC is represented, everybody. Tuesday Maction is alive as well.
Love it.
As a heads up, Al, I think you also have carte blanche in the Pac-12.
Yep, Pac-12 ACC. I got free range here. So the worst team available there is Arizona. Worst team available here is Wake.
Wake is the fifth worst team in the ACC. Wow.
Yeah, well, the Wake, Syracuse, and Duke and NC State are all like bunched together. So that makes my pick a little clearer. I'm going to take Arizona. Wildcat.
They do have the most fun quarterback. He can be very good, and he also loves to be extremely bad. Deloria, I think his name is. Great last name. They were better than we all thought last year, but I also think they could be very bad this year. And I also don't think Jed Fitch is very good, so I love it.
Fingers crossed they do suck.
All right, Chris. So you have the SEC, Pac-12, Big 12, and Big 10 taken. ACC taken already. You can chill on the Big Ten if you want because you're the only one left with a pick. What are you going to do?
I am going to go with.
I hate my team. My team's just like average.
So,
Like no one on my team's gonna suck. Everyone else has a team that really sucks.
Thank you.
You did it, baby.
I overthought it. I panicked.
I think I'm gonna also go to the MAC. I'm gonna go with the Akron Zips.
They're really fucking bad. That's a good one. It's going to be a 2-horse race to see who's the worst. I think they're on separate sides. I don't know Mac very well. I think one's on the east and one's on the west. So you guys may have a battle for futility.
Now I have something to watch on Tuesdays.
Hell yeah.
Kent State and Akron are on the same. Same
Oh
division.
man, there's going to be a game that matters. I hope it comes down to that, and I hope it's on a Tuesday.
That's fantastic.
All right, Dano, you have the SEC. You have the Pac-12. You don't have the Big 12. Yeah, you have Big 12 and wild card left.
I do.
Stanford is so bad this year. Man, they're going to be real bad. Andy, who do you think will be worse, Stanford or Colorado?
That's tough. Probably Stanford.
Yeah, they're real bad.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a bad team, a good wild card selection available that I just realized.
Yeah, you want to tell us or?
Well, no, it feels like a dick thing to do at this exact moment with Danny and Matt both.
Meeting them.
Well, one of them's probably going to take them.
Oh man, Kent State is so bad. I didn't realize how bad. 2.5. What the fuck conference is that? I have a hard time remembering all these conferences.
Yeah.
Yeah, the group of 5 gets tough.
Maybe you got value on Indiana. I didn't realize their total was 3.5. It's juiced. 3.5 is pretty good. I don't know if many of those wins are going to come in conference.
So West Virginia, Houston, and Kansas are all gone.
Correct.
West Virginia, Houston, and Kansas are all gone. I think I don't really love this. Iowa State or BYU. Iowa State or BYU. I think I want Iowa. I'm going to go BYU.
BYU. Cougs going to have a bad year.
You are going to kick yourself. You said you picked BYU for your wild card? No,
Big 12.
Big 12.
Can be your wild card if you'd like it. All right, so you got a wild card choice for me. Do I want to do the Mountain West? I love the Mountain West. No, let's go Louisiana Monroe. That team is going to be super bad. Super bad. Oh, this is my final one. I got to pick an SEC team. Oh, yeah. Mississippi State.
6.5, just like everybody else, but
yeah, but I'm not buying it. There's going to be a Mike Leach hangover. R.I.P. Mike Leach. In the West, especially.
So for these ones, nobody took FIU, huh?
No one did. It's all yours.
Correct.
Yeah, good work, guys. Good work, guys. Thanks for the 2.5 total team.
Yeah.
Are you taking FIU, Dana?
So
yeah.
There's actually another really good team that we didn't take yet either. That, fittingly enough, Sunshine is the last team with a wild card spot.
No, Sunshine has Akron.
Akron, yeah.
I think
I can't believe nobody took Nevada.
Yeah, it was Nevada. That was
what about Hawaii?
I was gonna do Hawaii. I was gonna do that.
Yeah, Hawaii was out there too.
But I don't want to ruin the fun of chasing, right? And
I had the same thought.
Like, I know I'm gonna bet the Mountain West because I love it. I'm always up that late, and it's my favorite. It's my favorite to bet because the games are so dumb.
Yeah.
And I don't want to ruin my joy of that. And I'm not gonna watch the Sun Belt or whatever that shit is.
Are the Hawaii games actually going to be on TV this year? Because last year there was only one Hawaii game that was even available in the continental or.
No, we had to find these weird streaming services to get to watch them. Remember?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I like the Charlotte pick from Al. I know he like blew his load super early there, but
Whose
All
pick
right.
is it?
Yeah, it feels dumb in retrospect since there were so many bad teams available. I probably should not have done that. But yeah. Let's tie a bow on this thing. We got Chris taking your last pick in the Big 12.
No, Chris needs the Big 10. Chris needs the Big 10.
Big 10. Sorry. I suck at this. I shouldn't host.
I guess I'm gonna go with Nebraska.
Nebraska. I forgot
oh,
about
that's
Nebraska.
a great pick. That's a great pick.
The fact that Nebraska is still available is crazy.
It's a
Their
steal.
total is 6. They got a
steal.
couple of stinkers that they play.
Conference record, buddy. Conference record. They got to play Colorado. That one's probably a dub. They've
Oh,
got
it's
some-
conference record only?
Conference record only.
Oh, why are we looking at win totals then?
Because it plays a big
it's
factor.
pretty.
Not in the quality of a team.
All right.
So I have an ACC pick
Oh,
left,
has to
and
be
the
the ACC.
worst ACC teams remaining are what I'm looking at. All have 6.5 win total projections: NC State, Duke, Syracuse, and Wake. So 100%, I'm going to pick the team that somehow finishes with the best record out of these
Mhm.
four.
Mhm.
I think really for me, it's between Syracuse and Wake, right? Like NC State and Duke, their ceilings are too high to like risk
I
it.
wouldn't pick Duke if I were you. They do.
That's
They
what
do
I'm
have a
saying.
good quarterback. Like I said, I don't think they'll be as good as they were last year, but even 7 wins is a downgrade from their 8 or 9 win season.
Yeah, I think NC State and Duke, their win totals, like their ceiling is too high. They might win too many games. But Syracuse sucks, right? Like Wake, I might be like biased because Sam Hartman was there and he's not there now, and I'm still expecting Sam Hartman
They have a good
offense. If
Chris
they're not
Wilson's
going
a
to
good
get
coach. Dino Babers
So,
isn't a
let's-
bad
who's
coach.
the-
He's just a-
Oh, Dino Babers. I'm gonna go Syracuse.
Syracuse. I think that's probably the right choice.
So go ahead and book it. Place your bets on Syracuse
Overs?
to make the ACC championship game.
All right. And the final pick, Andy, you have a Big 12 pick for us.
Yeah. So you guys know that I've spent a lot of time hating on UCF. So part of me wants to take UCF just because I think it'd be funny. But I'm also very competitive, and I don't think UCF is the best team on the board here, as far as bad teams.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Iowa State.
Iowa State is a safe one. I think you had to choose between Iowa State or Cincinnati. That Cincinnati team's not going to be very good this year, but Iowa State is the most fun choice because Matt Campbell's a good coach, but they may not have anyone playing. There may be a Northwestern situation going on there very soon. I like that choice. All right, so
The
that's
choice was between BYU and Iowa State when I was going. I don't see how Andy could have gone with Cincinnati or UCF there. There's just a chance that they win.
There is a chance.
Yeah.
There's a chance they lose too. There's a chance.
That's
So
why they
Andy's,
play the games.
Andy's going out there with Georgia Tech, Northwestern, Iowa State, Cal, Florida, and Kent State. That sounds like a real bad season. We have Al went second. He got Syracuse, Purdue, West Virginia, Arizona, Missouri, and Charlotte. Sunshine went Boston College, Nebraska, Kansas, Arizona State, Vanderbilt, which was a steal, and Akron. Danny went Virginia Tech, Indiana, BYU, Colorado, Auburn, and FIU, and I round out with
I'm
Virginia.
gonna regret that Auburn pick.
Houston, yeah, probably. Stanford, Mississippi State, and ULM. That is some terrible stuff. Thank you for joining us with the Bad Team Draft. And thank you for, like, as always, for listening, following, doing all that good stuff. We love you and we appreciate the listeners out there. We'll probably have some more content for you this week. But until then, cheers.
Good night,
Good
Joey.
night.
Good night, Joey.
Cheers.
That joke.